Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm trying a new gym in Charlotte today and I just wanted to do a full gym review to let you guys know what I think about it. So this review is going to be from my point of view as a powerlifter. I've been to a lot of gyms across the country, traveling and stuff. And since I moved here about a year ago, I have been to a few different gyms in the area and I feel like I'm always just, open to new gyms because I feel like I don't know, just the gyms I've been to and the gyms I see, of course, on social media, and a couple of gyms that I've been to. One that I mentioned on my Instagram story, I think last week, it's called Hometown Barbell in Frederick, Maryland, I'm pretty sure. I went there twice and I just really love the vibe of that gym. It's just another big warehouse gym with a lot of powerlifting equipment. So the main things I'm looking for is powerlifting equipment. Lighting is a big thing, as somebody that makes content and I try to, you know, color grade myself and stuff. So, lighting isn't the most important thing, but it's like a factor I take into account with the gyms I visit. Pulling out my phone to record how it looks on my phone and then how it looks on my camera. Space for, warming up. I think they do have a little strip of turf for warm-ups. And yeah, just like placement of machines, the type of machines that they have, all of that. I'm just gonna be, just showing you guys the gym and what I think of it. And if I would come back, I'll give you guys pricing that they show or tell me whatever, how much a day pass is, all that good stuff. So, yep, stay tuned for my review. All right, let's go check it out. Just finished my lift at a new gym. Honestly, I don't even know what a new means for them, but it's kind of cool, for right now. Oh my gosh, this thing just fell off my freaking mirror. Anyways, it's a new gym, but it's also called a new gym, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I got my list, so I didn't forget anything for you guys. So first things first, location. So we're in Charlotte. I'll just share a little screenshot of where we are, like in relation to downtown/uptown Charlotte. So it's right off of the freeway which it says Independence and 74. I'm not from here, so I'm still kind of getting to know all of the streets and things. I'm never on this side of Charlotte, so yeah, I had to use the map. And it's just, I mean, it's a cool location, but like, I guess depending on where you're coming from, I'm not sure how you would get to this side of the freeway if you're not already coming from whichever direction it is, so yeah, that part might be a little concerning because people are speeding on this street. And then parking is a big thing because I think a lot of gyms, especially like in uptown, you're paying for parking, or it might be included in your membership wherever you go. Parking is really good. There's a really big parking lot and it's all free, so you don't have to worry about any extra costs. Anyways, I did take a picture of their membership options. So a day pass was $25, which I feel like is kind of standard for like these big like bodybuilding type gyms. I feel like that's it's usually like 20 to 30. It is a lot, but they're a new gym, they have really good equipment and stuff, so I feel like it's worth it. So they have the most popular that they have is a 12-month membership. Seems like, oh yeah, it's a 12-month contract. It says no fees, like no annual fees, just a $35 sign up fee, and it's $95 a month. And they are also 24/7, so that's really good. But it did look like maybe something's going on with their little scan-in thing, so maybe they're not 24/7 just yet. If they're having issues with their whole like the door and how they unlock it with whatever app they have, looks like it might be they're still trying to work on some things there. But once they are 24/7, I feel like it's probably worth it for that price. Then they have month to month, no contract, and it's $110 a month. Also the $35 sign up fee, and then they have a paid in full 12 months, which is $999, so $1,000. So when you first walk in, they've got a little seating area. I did not see if they had a microwave or not, which is a big thing in bodybuilding gyms these days. They have microwaves for people on the go, eating before or after the workout. So yeah, I don't remember if there was a microwave anywhere, but they do have a little bit of merch, some snacks and drinks. To the right, they had bathrooms, and their bathrooms are separate from the locker rooms, which isn't a big deal, I feel like. But it's usually one space at most gyms. But I kind of did like how they are separate. Beside the locker room, there's the posing room, and I didn't get a chance to go in there after my lift because somebody was in there, and I just wanted to, I was ready to head home. So I did not go in the posing room, but it looks pretty cool on everybody's stories and things that they're tagging the gym in. But then in front of the locker room, they had a roll of turf, and they called it the functional space. So they had like a little setup of medicine balls, PVC pipes, some rollers, some foam rollers, some bands, kettlebells. I don't remember if I said that or not. But yeah, that was just a cool space, so that's where I warmed up. And then they have another section of turf which just goes in the middle of the gym and kind of separates the two sides. And then they had another turf section that was kind of looked like just like a walkway. It was like a ramp that went from the bathrooms to the floor, to the main floor. So yeah, that's pretty cool. They have 3 separate turf areas. The gym is split, in half. Half of it is upper body, and then the other half is lower body, like machines mostly. And then one side, I think the upper body side has dumbbells, and the lower body side has all the racks. So they have the 3 big squat racks. I'm pretty sure they're the big Rogue racks, so you can do anything in those racks. Yeah, so that's where I squat. There were mirrors in front of 2 of the racks, and so being a powerlifter, I try not to face a mirror when I'm squatting. So yeah, I picked the one without a mirror, and it was great. The only thing is that the kilogram weight tree was just a little bit away from the big racks, so that's kind of like not the best thing, but it's just a little walk. It's just little extra steps that I'll get in my lift. They did have 2 trees with calibrated kg plates from Rogue. I really like those. They're like, it's just really cool lifting with like fresh weights, fresh new weights. So yeah, they also had 2 Smith machines, They had one combo rack for powerlifters, which was Rogue also. And I know all the gyms that I've been to in the Charlotte area, I think only one of them has this Rogue like combo rack. And then I know this gym that I went to in Raleigh, Hard Work, they also have those racks. I'm not the biggest fan of them because the bench has like the fatter pad, which isn't what they use in competitions, at least not in USAPL competitions. And so, but that was the rack. Oh my gosh, that was the only comp rack they had, and it was fine. I did bench on that rack, as you might have seen in the video. It's just that I kept hitting the rack, I guess, on my last reps for some reason. I don't know what it was. And the bench locks in place. And that's the other thing I don't really like about the Rogue combo racks. The bench is so hard to get out of there if you're gonna try to squat in that rack. And then I have seen people that always hit the rack, always hit the safeties when they're squatting. And I don't think I've ever really squatted in those racks before because the bench is just so hard to get out of it. So I think that's just the one like thing. I don't know how any other powerlifters feel about those specific racks, but it just makes me wonder if like owners, when they open gyms and they decide to get like things for powerlifters, if they have a powerlifter that they know, or that they like just can ask about like what they would recommend. And I also don't know how much all the racks are. I kind of did, think about getting my own combo rack, and I did just browse for a little bit, but I can't remember like the pricing on everything. I feel like the smaller ones obviously might be cheaper, but I don't know. I actually do like the Arsenal combo rack that Bucked Up has, and then of course being from Oklahoma, doing a lot of Texas meets, the TSS, Texas Strength Systems, their equipment is really good. I really like their stuff, so I wish people around here, more gyms around here, had those racks. They also had two other benches on the other side of the gym with the upper body stuff. They did not have safeties on them, and they had the like smaller pads. So if I really wanted to, I probably should have switched over there. It's just, I don't know. Again, it was farther from the KG trees, so it would have been more steps, but I think the Rogue rack worked for today for bench. They had two deadlift platforms. I forgot to mention the bars they have. They have these black Rogue Ohio bars, power bars, and I think I did see one deadlift bar, which I am a USAPL lifter. I only use the stiff bar for every lift that I do. So I do like to just look to see like what kind of bars they offer for us powerlifters. So they did have those bars, and they're good. I just feel like, in time, those bars, like they have, fresh knurling on them right now, but I feel like they do get a little more slick as time goes on. Of course, it wasn't a issue for me today, but in the future it might be. I also noticed that they did not have chalk out on the floor, and I didn't see any signs about chalk. I'm pretty sure I was the only powerlifter there. It wasn't very busy when I was in there, so I did not see like if anybody's using chalk, and I didn't see like any like mess from chalk. They just opened, so yeah, I should have asked like what their policy would be with chalk. The locker rooms also have a sauna, I forgot to mention, so that's pretty cool. They definitely have a lot of space to work with, a lot of space that's not utilized yet, so I'm sure that they will be, investing in more pieces to add to the floor. I don't really have any suggestions for them besides another combo rack if they do have a lot of power lifters. If I were to start going to this gym, I would definitely ask them if they would be open to adding another one that's different than the Rogue. But yeah, I feel like that would be a great addition. They do have a good selection of cardio equipment. I did not get a video of them or count them, but I know they had treadmills, bikes, probably elliptical, at least one Stairmaster, I'm pretty sure. Looks like they had a lot of dumbbells, like a good selection of dumbbells. I don't remember how high they went up in weight, but I do like the brand of dumbbells that they have. I can't remember like the name of them. I don't know who they're made by, but I really like them. They also had Rogue adjustable benches, and they're like really, really new, and I love those benches. They feel like they have the perfect amount of squish, and they just feel like soft and nice, and I just really love those. And it looked like they had a lot of those as well. So yeah, overall, I think I'll give this, for now, A 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 stars for now. It's a really, really good gym for just opening, you know. I think they do have a lot to work with, a lot of space. They could go, you know, they could get a lot more stuff in the future for all of the bodybuilders, and hopefully more powerlifters will come here. I think I will be back. I might even consider getting a membership here just because pricing is similar to what I'm paying now, just without parking. So that would lower my, you know, monthly expense for the gym. If you guys like this video, feel free to share it, like it, leave a comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.